Maya, 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 Maya,
Alo? Salut! Sunt eu, un haiduc și te rog, iubirea mea, primește fericirea. Alo? Alo? Sunt eu, Picasso, ți-am dat bip și sunt voinic, dar să știi, nu-ți cer nimic. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei, numai ei, numai ei, chipul tău și dragoste.
Greetings, Uncle Travelling Matt here, and it's the end of my second day here in Romania, and I am currently sitting on the terrace of our hotel in, I don't quite know where we are. It's a spa resort, not too far from the city of Timișoara, and the idea was today I was going to travel from Cluj, Napoca, to Timișoara, and then stay there. But this place was much cheaper, and it's about, I don't know, 20-30k out. So I booked here, and it's really nice, and it is a thermal bath resort. I'll put the name anyway in the video. But that's that. So what's happened today? Been a brilliant day. Got up very early, didn't sleep very well last night, neither of us. Thomas because he was sleeping on a kind of sofa bed thing that wasn't very comfortable, and me just because with the sleep apnea and waking up all the time and that, not good. But we got the hire car in the morning from near the airport, and off we went. At first, I'm going to be honest, I was not impressed with the Romanian roads. They didn't seem to have been updated since Ceausescu's time, and they were, all like A roads, very slow and that. Also, I was really tired, so falling asleep at the wheel. So stopped at this service station, had a cup of coffee and a bit of a doze, and after that was fine. And also then I realised why the roads were so bad, because Thomas had set the GPS thing, whatever it's called, sat-nav. He'd set the sat-nav on avoid tolls and avoid motorways. So there are lots of amazing motorways, lots of great roads. Everything has changed in Ceausescu. It's just you don't go on them if you're on avoid tolls and motorways. So anyway, that was sorted. And let's say the idea was to get to Timișoara. Haven't quite got to Timișoara, but we have stopped at two amazing places. And the first one was a place called Deva or Deva. If it was in English, it would be Deva, D-V-A, but I think it's probably pronounced Deva. And it's basically famous because there's an amazing castle on a mountain called the Hill of Gins, this mountain. And there's this castle on the top, so that's why we went there. Had our dinner first in this very, very Romanian restaurant, which was like, it was pure Balkan stuff. Everything on the menu was pork, I think. So I had some soup, and then this main dish I had was just pork with like beans. You literally got half a pig. And so what we did is I ate some and then took it home with us. But it was very good. The only problem was there was really awful music playing, like really loud, like kind of club music. Just didn't suit the place at all. But anyway, that was a dinner, and then we went to this castle. Now you're meant to take a funicular up there, little cliff railway, that wasn't working. So we drove up and then had to walk up the last bit, bloody steep, bloody hot. And when we got to the castle, bloody good views, but not a lot there. I mean, like, the castle was there, and it was, a pretty good castle. There was walls and gateways and stuff, but nothing was labelled, so you didn't really know what you were looking at. But it was, it was worth it for the views, and it was worth it for the walk and everything like that. But yeah, that's that. So we then went on to another castle, which is called Corvin Castle. And Corvin Castle is one of the It's one of the big sites of Romania, and it's a medieval castle. About some Hungarian counts lived there, and it is utterly brilliant. It's like something out of a fairy tale. I mean, the only problem with it was, it reminded me a lot of these places I've been in Britain, but they were all 19th century like follies and mock-ups, rebuilds. This is actually the real thing. But you kept thinking it was so well preserved and so amazing. You thought it was fake, and it wasn't. It's the real thing. It literally screams Transylvania. This fairy tale castle with spires and turrets and all that. And if that wasn't enough, when we got there was this incredible thunderstorm. So we approach the Transylvanian castle with rain pouring and thunder rolling and lightning flashing across the sky. It was almost as if it was put on specially for us. The timing was good because literally when the rain was so heavy you couldn't do anything because the weather's been so hot otherwise. We were inside, so we had a look all in the inside of this castle, and there was dungeons with torture instruments, there was a chapel, there was ladies' chambers, there was 2 banqueting halls, and there was various towers and stuff, and it was brilliant. So we went to this, incredible castle, Corvin Castle, and then we carried on our way and drove all the way to this place where we are now. Again, I've forgotten the name, but we didn't know it was a spa resort. I just booked it because it was cheap at the hotel, but it had that spa resort feel, and there was lots of pensioners wandering around, clearly on holiday. So once we booked in, we actually had a little drive around and found the main thermal baths. Unfortunately, they're closed. They're not open until tomorrow, and we're going to another thermal bath tomorrow night, so we'll probably won't bother with them. But there was a couple of amazing brutalist Ceausescu era hotels, and in one of them was a model of what the resort should have been if they'd have ever finished it, and there would have been a lot more brutalist hotels. And there's this park that's just over there, and in the middle of the park with the original like bath buildings and stuff. But these are all like, I think they're fascist era, and they were all falling down and really broken. So the atmospheric in this kind of tumble down, forgotten way. But the resort is still very active, and it's a nice place. In terms of the scenery, obviously this is my first. It's not my first trip through this part of Transylvania, because I did once travel through, but it was on a night train, so I didn't see anything. The scenery is not spectacular. There are mountains, but they're not huge. But it's pleasant and dotted with wonderful little churches everywhere, and some very pretty towns with, often with the Catholic, Protestant, and Orthodox churches, and a main street of, one-storied houses, and then on the outskirts there's, big industrial concerns from Ceausescu era. So that's it. What I will also say is that this place doesn't seem very poor at all. Like, being in the EU seems to have done them the world of good. We stopped at this roadside eatery called the Old Bridge because I was feeling tired after Corvin Castle and falling asleep at the wheel, so I had to stop there, have another coffee and a doze. And even there just seemed to be a bit of wealth. It wasn't like people pick up rubbish, which they never used to do in this part of the world. It's still very Balkans. They're all Roma in this eatery, and it's grilled meat and there's beer and everyone smokes, but it's a Balkans that's doing rather well for itself. It's quite cool. In the next hotel, they're having a bit of an outdoor party where they're all dancing in a circle, which is one of the most Balkan thing you can do. Although I think they're Russians. Thomas heard some Russian being spoken, has gone over to join the party with a few beers. I admire his confidence. I'd probably do it myself, but I'm really a bit tired and can't be bothered, because that is what it's like when you're an old guy. Anyway, this is me, Uncle Travelling Matt, saying...
Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei, numai ei, numai
Te sun să-ți spun ce simt acum. Alo, iubirea mea, sunt eu, fericirea.